Welcome to the English segment of our weekly radio show, Para Ser Legal, to be legal. Today, we got three subjects for you, Oscar and Valeria. Why did they die? How did they drown? Why was somebody who wanted to enter legally into the United States, how is it that they died? Secondly, Supreme Court, they're going to hear the DACA case. What does that mean for you? What is DACA? How did we get to where we are today that DACA is now before the Supreme Court? And three, what can you do today if you have DACA to protect yourself in case DACA gets eliminated? There's 5 options, and we'll talk about each one of them on this program. I'm Andres Mejer, speaker, author, and immigration attorney, and thank you for joining us on this weekly program, Para Ser Legal, to be legal.
Solo llama al abogado Andres Mejer.
Number 1, Asco Alberto Martinez Ramirez from El Salvador and his daughter Valeria drowned in the Rio Grande last week. For anybody that has seen the pictures, they're, well, very moving, very tragic. It's a picture of Valeria, who's 2 years old. They're both face down in the water, both Oscar and Valeria, and Valeria has her left arm around his shoulder and his head. It was clear that even in her last moments, she was hugging her father. Anybody who's a father can relate to something like that. My daughter just turned 13. She happens to be a strong swimmer, but she's 13, not 2. So what happened? Oscar and his wife and their daughter, wife Tania Vanessa Avalos, left El Salvador on April 3rd. They spent 2 months at a shelter in Tapachula near the Mexico border with Guatemala, waiting to apply for asylum. 2 months waiting just to apply. He got frustrated, couldn't wait anymore. I don't know what the reason was, but they're only interviewing 40 to 45 people a week in that area. And there was still a list of over 800 people in front of him. That means easily another 10 weeks or more. Can you imagine sitting there in the shelter for 6 months just to be able to apply for asylum? 6 months, and then you have to wait until you can see the judge and have your trial. I mean, it's absurd, and that's what's going on. No one's talking about that. So he got frustrated. He took his family and said, we're going to cross the Rio Grande, and he did it. So he took first his daughter Valeria, swam across. His daughter's 2 years old, left her on the other side, and then he went back to get his wife Tanya. And as he's crossing, his 2-year-old daughter, for whatever reason, didn't want to wait, jumped into the water to be with Dad. She couldn't swim. Dad turns around, Oscar goes to get Valeria, gets her, and then gets swept down the current. And he was not able to get out. They were found 10, 20 kilometers further down, both drowned and both dead. And like I said, the picture is tragic. But it talks about the frustration and desperation that people are feeling. 2 months in a shelter with hundreds of other people, your children, your spouse, not knowing when or how you'll ever be able to present your case. So, for only 45 interviews a week. I mean, to be honest, that could be done in 2 days, but only a week in this area, a waiting list of over 800, and a president who is trying to prevent anybody from even applying for asylum. But now here's what you can do. Very important. You're going to see posts on social media that ICE is here and ICE is there. Verify that it's accurate. A lot of people are posting a lot of things to cause fear. Make sure before you retweet or you share that it's accurate information. Second, watch Know Your Rights video to learn what to do in an encounter with ICE or police. Last week, we made a video about that. It's not the first time that we talked about it. You can go to our YouTube channel or on our website or on Facebook and you can find our video. Write to your congressman or senator, or go to their office. Hold them accountable for a more humane border policy and immigration reform. Speak up. Go to rallies, protests to end detention camps and horrible conditions in which kids and families are being kept. It really is sad that America is treating refugees in this way in 2019. I'm ashamed to call myself an American. This is not the country that I love. This is not the country that I naturalized and joined and promised to defend. It's a sad day for all of us.